Welcome everyone to Michigan for the 2003 running of the Series 400. We are here today for the 14th race in the 2003 Winston Cup season. Starting on pole today, Tony Stewart and the 20 Home Depot car. He's had a few bad runs in a row. He's actually fallen outside the top 12 in points, but he does have a win, so he's not out of championship contention yet. Starting second, Jack Sprague in the Zero car. Very good qualifying run. He's actually had a few good qualifying runs this year, but no top fives. So let's see if he can get his first top 5 of the year, or even just a top 10 would be good for that Zero car. Starting third, Rusty Wallace, and alongside him, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Starting fifth, Gorgo Homer Steve Park, and alongside him, Jimmy Johnson. Starting seventh, Michael Waltrip in the Napa car, alongside him, Johnny Benson in the Valvoline Pontiac. Starting ninth, Mark Martin and the Viagra Ford Taurus, and rounding out the top 10, Ryan Newman. So looking through the field, the Gorgo Homers, Steve Park, like I mentioned, he made the race. Ken Schrader as well, he qualified. Hermie Sadler actually made the race in the 02 car in a part-time start. He did qualify for the race. Mike Skinner made it. Jimmy Spencer made it. Todd Bodine also qualified. And the part-time car of David Green in the 60 car, he qualified on time. As for the drivers that didn't make it, once again, Larry Foyt did not make it, as well as Derek Cope in the 37 and Casey Mears in the 74 car. Those 3 cars did not make today's race. Now we've got the field set. Let's get this 33 lap event at Michigan underway. Tony Stewart and Jack Sprague leading them off for the start of this 33 lap event at Michigan. Green flag for the 2003 Series 400. And look at this. Jack Sprague forced to the low side. Is Dale Earnhardt Jr. making a risky move? Look at Rusty Wallace out of nowhere. He's going to make a push for the lead. Tony Stewart, the high side did not work for him as Rusty Wallace taking the lead already. Stewart still hanging on as they're going side by side through the backstretch. Jack Sprague getting loose there. He almost just collided with Jimmy Johnson. Stewart pulls ahead of Wallace. He wins that battle. Dale Jr. up to third right now. Tony Stewart, he's your leader. He wants to reclaim himself after struggling these last few weeks. Dale Jr. going on the low side right now. Tony Stewart leading at Michigan. So do a rundown of the field. Still a lot of racing left. It's anybody's race. But we got some action right here. I tell you, these cars very tight racing at Michigan. But right now, Tony Stewart, your leader after 2 laps. Caution flag on lap 2. Look at this. Ron Fellows gets loose, takes out the Daytona 500 winner, Ricky Rudd. Also involved, Elliott Sadler and Matt Kenseth. And Rusty Wallace gets around Tony Stewart to take the lead. He'll be leading when they come back to the green flag. Green flag once again. Rusty Wallace leading him back to the green on lap 6. Tony Stewart close behind in second, Dale Jr. third, Jimmy Johnson fourth, and Jack Sprague rounding out the top 5. Battle for the lead on lap 9. Look at this, Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to get his second win of the year. He's going under Rusty Wallace to take the lead. Jimmy Johnson has moved up to third. Tony Stewart back to fourth. Jack Sprague holding on to fifth, but he's being challenged right there by Steve Park. And Steve Park is going to get around him with help from Cal Petty. So right now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading at the 1/3 way point. Let's do a quick rundown of the field. So I've got a couple top dogs at the front challenging for the lead. As you can see there, Rusty Wallace trying to get around Dale Jr., but Dale Jr. has momentum. So it's still anybody's race, but these 4 drivers right here look to be the contenders to win. Lap 14, and check this out. Almost a wreck there between second place Jimmy Johnson and third place Tony Stewart. Look who's up in the top 5 though. Kyle Petty having a really good day. As we run down the field, Hermie Sadler has actually had a really good run. He's up in the top 15. Jack Sprague, who started second, has fallen back to 19th, I believe that is. As we run down the field, I believe every car is still in the race. Those that got damaged in the first wreck, none of them quit. Dale Jr. is still your leader. But Jimmy Johnson, he's close behind looking for his first one of the year. Lap 20 now. Looks like green flag pit stops are underway. Kevin Harvick, he's coming down the pit road. And Dale Jr., he's still your leader. I don't think anybody's actually pit yet besides Harvick. I'm assuming this is the start of green flag pit stops. But Harvick is the only one to pit. Maybe it was just the unscheduled pit stop there. As that 29 car off pit road now. And Dale Jr. is still your leader, but Tony Stewart is caught up to him. We'll see who will win the race here shortly. Lap 22, we got some tough luck here. Oh my goodness, look at this. The leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr. was dominating, but he's blown an engine, and that has opened the door for Jimmy Johnson to go under and take the lead. What a game changer right there. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is having a great day. No caution because he got on the apron and there was no gasoline on the track. But what a tough day. He was looking for his second win of the year. And bad luck strikes again for that 8 Budweiser team. We stay green right now, but man, just absolute terrible luck. As we got a battle for the lead. Rusty Wallace trying to get under Jimmy Johnson. Oh no, Jimmy got put in the wall! That changes everything. Jimmy Johnson and Dale Earnhardt Jr. were 1 and 2 in this race, and now both of them have really lost their chances as Jeff Gordon takes the lead. He's looking for win number 3 on the year, I believe, or win number 2, sorry. But Jeff Gordon just took advantage there. Lap 26, it looks like green flag pit stops are on their way. We got a few cars down in pit road. Jamie McMurray among them, Matt Kenseth, Bill Elliott, who I believe won at Charlottesville. Right now, Jeff Gordon is still your leader. Kyle Petty, he's had a great day. Sterling Marlin, he's looking for his first win, as well as Ryan Newman of the season. Last lap for Ryan Newman, he's coming down the back stretch. That 12 car is hard charging. They're looking for their first win of the year. I believe statistically he's the best driver not to get a win. As right now, Bill Elliott second, his teammate, Ryan Newman's teammate Rusty Wallace third, Gordon fourth, and Stewart fifth. And it looks like Ryan Newman, he's going to take the checkered flag. He's getting his first win of the year. Ryan Newman wins a crazy race in Michigan. Not many cautions, but still very action-packed. And second place, Bill Elliott. Third, Rusty Wallace. Fourth, Jeff Gordon. Fifth, Sterling Marlin. Sixth, Kyle Petty. Seventh, Tony Stewart. As we go through the field, quite a bit of an upset here. 14th was Hermie Sadler. Cinderella run for that team. Underfunded, no sponsor, and an inferior car compared to most of the other drivers on the field. And they got it done with a top 15 finish. Welcome everyone to Infineon for the Dodge Save Mart 300. We are here today for the 16th race in the 2003 Winston Cup season. Starting on the pole for today's road course race, Robbie Gordon in the 31 car. He's getting his first pole of the year. Alongside him, Boris said in the 01 car, he's taking over for Jerry Nadeau. Starting third, Tony Stewart, very good road course driver. Starting fourth, Elliott Sadler. Starting fifth, Ryan Newman. And starting six, Jeremy Mayfield. Starting seven, Ron Fellows. He took over the one car. He's a road course expert, hoping to get his first win of his career here today. Alongside him, Kurt Busch. Starting ninth, the 2003 Daytona 500 winner, Ricky Rudd. Rounding out the top 10, Hideo Fukuyama. Surprisingly good run from him. He's going to be starting 10th. Now looking through the field, we got a bunch of road course ringers, considering this is one of 2 road course races in the year. Among them include Ron Fells in the 1, although technically he's a full-time driver now. P.J. Jones made the race in the 14 car. Christian Fittipaldi in the 44. Scott Pruitt, he made the race in the 09 machine, among a few others. Boris said, like I said, in the 01. Sorry about that, but Boris said he made the race starting second, actually. As for the guys that did not make the race, only a few. Casey Mears in the 74. Paul Menard making his first attempt of the season driving the 33 car. He did not make the race. As well as Brandon Ash in the 02 car. He did not qualify as well. So now that we've gotten the field underway, let's get this 12-lap event at Infineon started. And by the way, I did a computer update, and it caused me to wipe all my settings for all my games and screen recording. So the this race is going to look a little bit poor quality as I'm trying to get all my presets figured out again. So enjoy the race. I'm sorry it's not as good quality as I'd like it to be, but it's just a highlight recap race, so it's not going to be a huge deal. Let's get this race started. Robbie Gordon and Boris said leading them off for the start of the Dodge Save Mart 300. Green flag at Infineon. And look at this, 3 wide by Jeremy Mayfield making the ballsy move to make it 3 wide. Look at this, Robbie Gordon gets turned around. What was Jeremy Mayfield thinking? He just set off a huge wreck. Elliott Sadler around. Robbie Gordon, the pole sitter, around. It looks like Ryan Newman got put in the dirt there. Who is the leader? It's Boris Said. Taking the huge advantage as, yeah, right now the caution has to have come out. What happened there? A ballsy move by Jeremy Mayfield to try and get third place. Ends up in a huge wreck. Let's take a replay. Yeah, Mayfield went through wide and it caused Robbie Gordon to get turned around. Check this out. Boom, Kevin Harvick gets hit by his own teammate. Bill Elliott involved. PJ Jones in the 14 gets caught up. Jack Sprague, Christian Fittipaldi. A lot of drivers really affected by this incident. But the big winner of this is Boris Said, who avoided the wreck. Ron Fellows as well. Ricky Rudd. This shakes up the entire race. This really does. I mean, we got guys like Dave Blaney, Kyle Petty, and Hideo Fukuyama running in the top 10 now because of this. It looks like the 43 car, I believe that's John Andretti, is slowed down to a crawl here. Something wrong with him. He might have issues. He might be done for the day. Wow, a big wreck is going to make some people very angry at Jeremy Mayfield. But right now, Boris Said he's your leader after one lap of 12. Lap 3 out of 12 in green flag once again for Boris Said. Ron Fellows up to second, and Ricky Rudd third as a result of that wreck. Scott Pruitt, Bill Elliott, and Jeremy Mayfield all out of the race now. So both Evernheim cars are done. And a very unfortunate, especially for Jeremy Mayfield. He made the risky move to try and get out front right away, and that took out him and his teammate. So team owner Ray Evernham has to be disappointed with that. Boris Said has been having a good run so far. I mean, he avoided that wreck, and now he's holding off Ron Fellows. But let's see how long, though, because Ron Fellows hasn't really fallen that far behind. As they go through that big turn right there, coming down to this left and right turn part. I'm no road course connoisseur, but I can tell you that Infineon is one of the best road courses that NASCAR can offer. I mean, there's only 2 road courses, but I like this one a lot. I tell you, road courses, they're very fun, very unpredictable, and they give some new guys like Boris Said, Ron Fellows, a chance to get in the spotlight and potentially go into victory lane. Boris right now, he's subbing for Jerry Nadeau. MB2 Motorsports decided that Boris Said would be a better fit considering he is a road course specialist, and Jerry Nadeau has been having a below average year. So Boris Said showing what he can do in that 01 car, and right now he is leading at Infineon. Final lap here, and Boris Said he's going to take home the checkered flag. Boris Said gets his first ever victory, and he takes Pontiac to victory lane for the first time this season. So Boris Said getting his first ever win as a substitute driver for Jerry Nadeau. And this could possibly open him up to some more rides for MB2 Motorsports with a big one here. Ron Fellows, second place, a career best for him. Third, Ricky Rudd. Fourth, Rusty Wallace. Fifth, Jeff Burton. Sixth, Kurt Busch. Seventh, Turley Labonte, best finish for him. Eighth, Dave Blaney. Ninth, Kyle Petty, rounding out the top 10, Johnny Benson. So very good race here. That initial caution really shook things up. It allowed Boris Said to get the win. I think he led every lap, which might be the first time this year that somebody's led every lap in a race. Don't see that too often, but congratulations to Boris Said on a big victory here at Infineon. Welcome everyone to the 17th race in the 2003 season. We are here today at Daytona. That's right, we're back once again for the Pepsi 400, the second of 2 Daytona races this season. Now looking at the field starting on pole today, Rusty Wallace in a 2 Miller Lite Dodge Intrepid. He's led 98 laps this season, the most out of anybody so far. Can he get 100? Starting second, Michael Waltrip, and starting third, Dale Jarrett. Alongside him, Tony Stewart. Starting 5th, Jimmy Johnson. Starting 6th, Ricky Craven. The top driver in standings, not to let a lap. Maybe that will change today. Starting 7th, Kevin Harvick, and alongside him, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Starting 9th, Jamie McMurray, one of the Rookie of the Year contenders. And running at the top 10, Bobby Labonte. So going through the field, we had a couple cars qualifying for the race on time, go homers. Christian Fittipaldi did not, John Andretti is the driver of the 43. He actually became a go-home driver, and he qualified for the race, as well as a few others. Steve Park in the 41. Buckshot Jones in the 09 car qualifying for his first attempt of the year. Hank Parker Jr. is in a similar situation. He's driving the 91 R&D car for Evernham Motorsports, as well as a few others. Ken Schrader in the 49. Mike Skinner in the 4. Jimmy Spencer in the 7. And Derek Cope finally qualifies for a race in the 37 car. As for the drivers that did not qualify for the race, like I said, Christian Fittipaldi in the 44, he did not qualify, as well as Casey Mears in the 74 car, another missed race for him. The 54 car of Todd Bodine, the 14 car of Larry Foyt, the 33 car of Stacy Compton, making one of its few starts of the year. Hermie Sadler in the 02 car, as well as Hideo Fukuyama in the 66 car. So a bunch of cars missed out on today's race, but we do have a really good field so far. 42 of NASCAR's best drivers all lined up for the start of this 24-lap event. So now I've gotten the field set. Let's get the engines fired and start off this race at Daytona. Pace car headed on pit road. Rusty Wallace and Michael Waltrip leading him off for the start of this 24-lap event. Green flag for the 2003 Pepsi 400. Now for this race, I'm going to be doing a little bit more extensive coverage than I normally do for two main reasons. First off, I'm only doing 3 races this episode, so it's a little bit smaller of an update. And second off, it's the Pepsi 400, one of the probably top 4 races of the year. And right now we're going 3 wide for the lead between Dale Jarrett, Michael Waltrip, and Rusty Wallace. Rusty Wallace needs to lead 2 more laps before he gets 100 laps led on the year, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen this race, because Dale Jarrett and him are going side by side. Check this out for the front spot. Very tight racing to start off, as Kevin Harvick's going to go under, and he's going to try and make it 3 wide for the lead already. And Jimmy McMurray pushing Kevin Harvick to the front. Kevin Harvick looks like he's going to lead lap 1, but Dale Jarrett giving him a run for his money. Look at how tight they're racing. Kevin Harvick leads, and 3 wide behind him. Harvick goes up high, and McMurray is now going to go down low. Look at this. 3 wide. They are going risky, all out to start off this race. Kevin Harvick's got a good lead. But Jay McMurray now, actually McMurray's going to get pushed to the middle side by Elliott Sadler. Elliott Sadler's going to take over the little side. Check this out right here. On board with Elliott Sadler. Tony Stewart has broken away. He's caught up to Kevin Harvick now. Kenny Wallace pushing Elliott Sadler to 3rd, as Tony Stewart has caught up to Kevin Harvick. Tony Stewart's going to make the pass. Can he get around Kevin Harvick in time to lead the lap? No, Kevin Harvick just barely holds on, but Tony Stewart has passed him now. Look at this. 3 wide all the way around. Kenny Wallace actually just got bumped up, and we got a wreck. A car on his side. Joe Nemechek. Caution is out. What just happened there? Joe Nemechek on his side. Looks like a miscommunication between Terry Labonte and Buckshot Jones sent Terry Labonte's teammate Joe Nemechek on his side. So Joe Nemechek will be okay, but the side of his car is just destroyed right now. Tony Stewart leading right now, and Kevin Harvick 2nd place as we go to the yellow flag. Lap 5, and it looks like a bunch of cars are heading down pit road. Sterling Marlin's going to stay out, but the top 3, Tony Stewart, Kevin Harvick, and Bill Elliott all heading down. Kurt Busch is heading down. Benson stays out. Kenny Wallace stays out. Mayfield stays out. Labonte, Sadler. So a bunch of guys are staying out, but even more coming in. Looks like a lot of underdog drivers are choosing to stay out. Maybe it's their lack of experience, or I don't know. Maybe it's just a strategy, these guys. Because sometimes some of these drivers, they like to wait around and pit on the next go, which really makes no sense to me, but I don't know. They get one lap extra tires, so if they feel it's worth it. Right now, Dale Jarrett headed on pit road. Who's going to win the race off? It looks like it's going to be Matt Kenseth. Kenseth actually got a really good pit stop there. Steve Park as well. He did a good job pitting. Looks like the rest of the field is pitting bar one, and that's Jeremy Mayfield. So everybody besides Jeremy Mayfield has pit. Mayfield, the only one to stay out both times. I really don't understand these guys' thinking here. I know you get one extra free lap, but these guys like Sterling Marlin and Johnny Benson, Kenny Walls, all running in the top 15. Now have to go to the end of the field. I don't think that one extra lap advantage is going to be worth it in this case, but that's just my opinion. So Jeremy Mayfield making the ballsy move to stay out. Hoping he gets a caution early on, I would imagine. So let's see if that strategy pays off for the 19. Jeremy Mayfield gonna restart out at front at the Pepsi 400. Let's see if his strategy of not pitting will pay off as Matt Kenseth restarting second and Steve Park third. Green flag once again on lap 8. And the 19 car actually got a pretty good restart there. So I think that strategy has started to work, but obviously we have to wait and see a lap or so before. Because as long as he at least leads a few laps or stays in the top 5, it'll be worth it. But he does have a 5 or 6 lap disadvantage when it comes to tires. Yeah, as you can see there, he's taking up the low line, but Kenseth has totally caught up to him. And yeah, now they're going low. Newman goes low. Can the 19 block in time? It looks like he is. He's trying to ride both lines. So very ballsy move by Jeremy Mayfield to start off this second cycle of green flag. Tony Stewart, he was leading for the most part up there. He's back in the top 5 now. And Jeremy Mayfield, yeah, he is indeed going to lead. And he's going to come down and block Dale Jr. So Jeremy Mayfield actually doing some pretty smart driving to run through the field. Kenny Walls had to restart last. So yeah, Mayfield right now trying to hold off Dale Jr. for as long as he can, but I think Dale Jr. just got under. Let's take a look at Dale Jr. It looks like Dale Jr. just got under Mayfield right there. See if he can accelerate past the 19 car. And yeah, Steve Park pushing Dale NR Jr. past Jeremy Mayfield. So Mayfield has a good run at the top, but now he gets past. Look at this, Ken Schrader, the go home driver, in the top 10, getting pushed by pole sitter Rusty Walsh. So right now, Dale Jr. is leading, but actually Steve Park is going to pass him. Steve Park did not have a good start to the year at all. Turned his #1 team into a go-home team, and he got fired, and he moved to the 41 car to replace Casey Mears, and he's actually done a lot better. He's got a top 10, some pretty good stats. So good job to him for being able to be up front. And right now, Jeff Gordon at front, Ken Schrader is second. So Jeff Gordon right now the points leader out front. And Ken Schrader's second, but look at how tight they're racing, 3 wide. Barely any room between these cars. One small slip up could change everything. As your points leader, Jeff Gordon out front. Only 1 win of the season so far for him. But that might, he might get another one here at Daytona. As look at this. Cars loose. Kevin Harvick gets turned around. Kevin Harvick on the side. It's the big one. He doesn't hit anybody, but Kevin Harvick got flipped on his side to bring out the caution. And look at this, a big wreck. Greg Biffle involved. Looks like we got 2 wrecks there as Tony Stewart takes the lead, and we are under caution for the second time today. Hank Parker Jr. involved. What happened? What happened to bring out this caution here? So on lap 10 here, it just looks like they were racing too tight. The Daytona 500 winner Ricky Rudd got into Bill Elliott and turned him into Kevin Harvick. It looks like Jeff Green got involved. He hit his own teammate there, and Kevin Harvick spins around. That's not all. Let's take another look and see the second part of the wreck. So Greg Biffle will slow down from the wreck, and Ricky Craven comes up and clips Jeff Burton, sends him into his own teammate. Greg Biffle. Watch this. Boom. Hank Parker Jr. nowhere to go. So yeah, on board with the 91 car, Hank Parker Jr. just a 1 race deal for him, and he's already out of the race. Boom. Nowhere to go. He tried to go low, but Greg Biffle was there, so unfortunately he's out, as well as a few others. Terry Labonte, looks like Kenny Walls. He was having a great day. Severe damage to him. Jerry Nadeau, I think he actually avoided the wreck. So coming back to the yellow flag, let's see who gets the push. It looks like it's going to be either Kurt Busch or Tony Stewart. They're going to go side by side back to the yellow flag. Who's going to get the lead? It's going to be Tony Stewart. So Tony Stewart leading at the caution. Lap 17 now, and the top 5 did not pit after that second caution. Ricky Rudd, the Daytona 500 winner this year. Dale Jarrett, Johnny Benson, Bobby Labonte, and Derek Cope did not pit. Jeff Gordon leads off the cars that did pit. Green flag with just a few laps left here. Can Ricky Rudd sweep at Daytona? Or will someone else get the win? As we run down the field, lots of cars taken out from that wreck. And probably the biggest name was Kevin Harvick, yeah. Greg Biffle, also the rookie, his day is done after being involved in that wreck. So Dale Jarrett and Ricky Rudd have pulled away to form a two-car tandem. And here comes Dale Jarrett trying to make a push for the lead. He has not won a race this year. Will he change his luck at the one of the most important tracks in all of sports racing? As Dale Jarrett, the car he used to drive, the 18 car with Bobby Labonte driving it, is actually pushing him to the front. Points leader Jeff Gordon right now up to the top 5 as... yeah, our top 5 is broken away. Derek Cope is still in the top 10. He's actually doing a pretty good job. He's starting to fall back, though. That high line just isn't working. Robbie Gordon, he started on the pole last race, but he wrecked. Maybe he can get some form of vengeance here with a good finish. As look at this, 4 wide. Derek Cope, yeah, he's his car is just underfunded. Not as fast as some of these other drivers, and he's going to have to fall back a few positions because of that. So now Jeff Gordon's up to second, looking to get his second win of the year. Trying to get around the 88 car, and he gets the nose under and should be able to do it. And Johnny Benson almost was able to block Dale Jr., but I think he decided to go up at the last second because he didn't want to risk starting off another chain wreck. So now just a few laps left at Daytona. Jeff Gordon, your leader. Lap 19, we've got a new leader. It's Michael Waltrip. But Kurt Busch is close behind. And look who's in third. It's Jack Sprague and the Zero Pontiac for Haas CNC Racing. Jimmy Spencer as well. He's in the top 10. So you've got a couple possible upsets here. Right now, Michael Waltrip in the lead, looking to get his second career win at Daytona. 3 wide here between Jack Sprague, Bill Elliott, and Jeff Gordon. So yeah, it's starting to wind down here. Just a few laps left as we approach lap 20. So I think we're going to go clean here. No more interruptions. 5 laps left at one of the biggest races of the year. So can Michael Waltrip hold off that 97 car? He's been able to hold off guys in the past. As we mentioned, the 2001 Daytona 500, he was actually leading with 7 laps to go and was able to hold off the rest of the pack. But will he be able to hold off Kurt Busch here? As Kurt Busch hungry for his 3rd win of the year. That would be the most out of any driver this season so far. As he is currently tied for the most wins this year with 2, with I believe Rusty Wallace and Mark Martin. Coming around the final turn, Jack Sprague lost some ground there as he got forced to the high side. A few of the drivers that got forced to the high side have been forced to move back. As we go through the rest of the field, Rusty Wallace, the pole sitter, actually didn't. I don't think he led 1 lap, but I don't think he actually got to lead his 100th lap of the year. And now he's back in second place. Can the Blue Deuce go up to the front? Time will tell here, but we only got a few laps left. The time is really now for some of these drivers to start making a move and get into the front however they can. As you can see there, Daytona 500 winner Ricky Rudd in the top 10 waiting for his move. Jimmy Spencer as well. It'd be a huge upset to see that 7 car go to victory lane. Can he bring Ulta Motorsports home to victory lane for the first time in quite some time? Dale Jr. and Kurt Busch going low, and Waltrip's going to block. Waltrip leading with just a few laps left. Lap 22, and we got a car blowing an engine on lap 22. This could bring out the race-ending caution. It's Jamie McMurray. He needs to get to the apron quick. Oh, that was just a close call there. Almost hitting his own teammate. Remember, a caution here does end the race. Just like the Daytona 500, it did end under caution. Look at Jimmy Spencer going. He's made it up to 3rd place. Michael Waltrip leading. We'll come back to the line with 2 to go. Can Michael Waltrip pull off the upset? And look at some of the cars have lost fuel. Dale Jarrett out of fuel. And he's forced to go down pit road as we come to 2 to go. And Kurt Busch now, he's going to take the lead. Jimmy Spencer pushing Michael Waltrip all he can. But unfortunately, that's not going to be enough as the low side prevails. How about Bill Elliott there? He's trying to make it 2 in a row at road courses, or restrictor plates, sorry. And Bill Elliott's going to go around, but Dale Jr. is going to make it 3 wide for the lead. Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to make it 3 wide. Can he get the nose under? He does. It's going to be white flag when we come back, and the 3 red cars are side by side for the front. Who's going to get the win? Coming to the white flag. It all comes down to this. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads at the checker, or at the white flag, sorry. But Tony Stewart now. Tony Stewart's going to make the last lap pass. He's got the low side. Can he make it work? Dale Earnhardt Jr. holding on with the draft from Michael Waltrip. Oh, and Bill Elliott wrecks with Jimmy Spencer. Trouble. But it doesn't matter now. Jeff Gordon's going to try and go low. Jeff Gordon making it work with the 2 car of Rusty Wallace as we got lap traffic here. I don't think it's going to influence the race. But Jeff Gordon now, here comes Rusty Wallace. Coming to the checkered flag, Jeff Gordon gets the win at the Pepsi 400. The points leader expanding his lead with the 2nd win of the year. And great job to Jeff Gordon. Looks like 2nd place was Rusty Wallace, 3rd was Waltrip. And look at this, Jack Sprague and Mike Skinner got in the top 10. So good job to both of these drivers. Unfortunately, Bill Elliott did not make it to the top 10. He got wrecked on the last lap. Let's take a look and see what happened to him. Elliott tried to block Kurt Busch. He got turned into Jimmy Spencer. So Jimmy Spencer, unfortunately, involved in that. Had to cut through the apron and lost a few positions. Same with Kurt Busch. So yeah, very unfortunate for Bill Elliott. But Jeff Gordon wins the Pepsi 400. He's going to go to victory lane. Check out this finish one more time. Very exciting. Tony Stewart, we all thought he got it when he got under Dale Jr. But Jeff Gordon, expert driver, was able to make it to victory lane.